What's going on, everybody? The Splatoon 3 speedrun is an absolute shambles over this new glitch to get infinite power eggs. There are a lot of implications over this new find, so I'm going to go over all of them in this video. Before I get into the groundbreaking discovery, be sure to subscribe and like the video if you found it helpful. I'm sure your mind will be blown, so let's get into it. On September 18th, known glitch hunter and speedrunner Ninpulk posted in our Discord that he found a possible frame-perfect strategy, and we had to promise not to get mad. Sure enough, this was definitely something to get mad at because it completely revolutionized how we did the speedrun. In this switch clip, you will see as soon as the level ends in level 1-8, known as Big Bang, Ninpulk pauses, and right on the pause screen you will see he gained 300 egg reward for beating the level. How did he do it? Well, once you hit the balloon with the E leader, the game will take about a second to end, but if you pause exactly when it's supposed to end, you will receive 300 eggs while remaining in the level. This is a frame perfect trick. If you pause one frame too early, the level will end when you unpause without the reward. If you pause one frame late, the level will just end before anything happens and kick you out. Remember, this game runs at 60 FPS, so that means you only have a 16 millisecond window to press pause. But wait, it gets better. Shortly after the find, I discovered that if you pause the game in between when the balloon pops and when the level ends, the level will just end the very next frame. Side note, this has been used to get the IL time down to just 1 second, but that's a topic for another time. This discovery led to another thought. If the level ends as soon as you unpause, what happens if you unpause and then pause again really quickly? Well, it turns out that if you buffer your pauses perfectly, the game will activate the glitch and put you back in the pause menu with your 300 power egg reward. This means you can do it again and again and again, so long as you never mess up the trick. Several people have gotten as high as 7,000 power eggs in a single run, but doing that is easier said than done. You see, the pause buffer is also frame perfect. If you press B, it will obviously leave the menu, so you need to press pause immediately after to get the trick right. If you press them both at the same time, the game will not read the plus input. If you press plus 2 frames after B, that's too slow and the level will end before the game puts you back in the pause menu. Again, the window of hitting these buttons correctly is 16 milliseconds. The any % route would require 9,200 power eggs to complete the game at a minimum, just to clear all of the ooze balls enough to fight Big Man. This means that if a run were to do this trick optimally, it requires about 25 frame perfect pause buffers in a row. Missing once will boot you out to Alterna, and you have to waste time going through the loading screens and complete the level again. This infinite power egg glitch might also be important for everybody, not just speedrunners. Once you complete the game and get 100% map completion, as confirmed in the Nintendo Switch Online app on your phone, you will unlock a special drone on the helipad near the Squid Sister camp. This drone costs just 999 power eggs, and it will go and find any items you can find in Alterna, including tickets, table turf cards, and decorations for your locker. This is also the only known way to get duplicates of story mode items for your locker. If you use this glitch to cap out your money, you are set on using the shel-drone for several months. Alternatively, you can just make it a routine to use the shel-drone and then jump over to Big Bang and get your money back. Now that I've explained the glitch and what it's used for, let's talk about some tips in order to do this glitch properly. Like I said, this is frame perfect, so you need to find some consistent way to hit B and plus exactly 1 frame off from each other. The switch menu allows button remapping, so what some runners have done is switch plus and Y so that the buttons are close to each other. This is personally what I use, as I put the controller on my desk and kind of piano the buttons really quickly. The highest I've ever gotten in a row is 5,700 power eggs. Another method is to remap minus to B if you prefer the smaller, clickier buttons up there. The goal is to make it as consistent as possible, so using minus and plus, or B and Y, will ensure that the buttons are exactly the same feel. One thing that does not work, unfortunately, is binding multiple buttons to plus and mashing them all at the same time. Reason it doesn't work is because the game can only recognize one distinct plus input, regardless of which button was pressed. So if you press plus on the wrong frame and then a different plus on the correct frame, it will still count it as wrong. Feel free to experiment with what you find comfortable, or if you find some setup that works incredibly consistently, please let me know in the comments or join the speedrunning Discord and share your find. We'd love to find some wacky setups to get this consistent. I've even experimented with using some kind of stick to hit both buttons, but I wasn't able to get much luck there. Back to the speedrun news, this trick has seriously changed the run, so much so that we have already separated the categories from the normal route and the route that uses pause abuse. This was a good move in my opinion because runners are not going to like grinding a frame perfect trick until they get it 27 times in a row. It's much better to allow a separate category where the comparison is more fair to the runners who are playing the game as intended. Overall, this cuts out 5 levels from the route, and if done optimally, will save anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes. It's very possible that with just a couple more discoveries, we can get the run finished in under an hour. Let me know your thoughts on the new discovery in the comments below, and be sure to like the video to help spread this to more people. If this gets too well known, it might get patched out, which honestly may be a good thing for the mental health of the speedrunners. So until then, I recommend you use this to get a ton of power eggs now, that way if it's patched out, you still have enough. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.